I was down there, I'd spent my life sort of judging the South, and that as I, over the years, in the wrong way, thinking it was a bunch of, rubes and racists. But over the years, having performed down there, I grew to really love the people and, the country itself. And when we were in Birmingham, I went out to that museum, the new, the lynching museum. It's called something else, but it's known as that. Peace and Justice Memorial. It was crazy. It changed my life.
In what ways?
I didn't realize the numbers of lynchings and where they happened, and in how many states and cities. It's pretty
it's incredibly
devastating.
Conveyed. Yeah, it's beautifully represented. There is a character in a storyline in the film that is based on an experience I had, where I had no idea about a particular conspiracy theory, and that shall remain unnamed, and that seems completely crazy town to me, but I didn't know it was a thing, and it's a thing. There are people, adults, who have real brains who actually believe this shit, and I was an Uber driver, actually. It was like end of a long Uber ride. And we'd just been having this very normal conversation. And at the very end of it, he started describing this thing that he believes. And I couldn't even wrap my brain around what he was saying. And then realized he was being completely serious. And he basically, there's some stuff word for word that's in the movie that's basically just like, yeah, no, listen, I was exactly where you are a year ago. And all you got to do is just dig deep. It's all there. Just keep Googling and you will be as convinced as I am that this crazy ass thing is true. And so I knew that I wanted that in the movie, but it was almost just like it was one of the very first things I established before I even knew the whole movie was sort of going to be about that. I couldn't believe he was serious, and I thought he was just sort of the only one in the world. And then I found quickly out that other people were, no, it's a thing. People believe this thing.
Well, so many people now are just prone to it. It's like so much part of the culture of even people you thought were kind of intelligent people, friends, are now kind of starting to. It's emboldened.
Is it the state of education in our country?
Most people just take a lot for granted, right? So all of a sudden, if there's somebody who can put something in their head where like, I don't know about vaccines, or I don't know about what about deep state? Is like they're relatively smart people that are like kind of make sense. It's like, have you done any reading on anything? Do you have to? It's like it emboldens stupid people to pretend like they're smart.
But it also, I don't even want it to just like say, oh, anybody believes that shit is stupid. I think that it's the human frailty in general.
They want to
for us to all be suckers, know? And we all have the capacity to be suckers. And I think, and I want to point to
we all
that.
used to I think people who are seeking, it used to be religion or some sort of higher power, some sort of level of spirituality. And then just like this idea that we can believe in a force that's like greater. So if we can believe
that meaning,
that's
right?
what I mean. But if we can believe
right.
that the earth is flat, then that brings with it so many other possibilities of something that might be so calming for people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's calming. It's also the secret.
The world is chaos, and they're trying to make some sort of sense of it. And I think that they feel like they are hooked into some sort of secret knowledge.
The secret knowledge.
That really is exciting too,
Michaela and I have known each other for a while now. We both came up in the Groundlings. I think you were in the Groundlings before me, and then I got in and we'd done some sketches together, and we just genuinely enjoy each other as human beings. And then we got to do a film right before this together. And so when this came up, Michaela was already involved, and thank goodness threw my name into a large hat of actresses, and they pulled it. And that's what I like to imagine, that there was a giant hat with my name in it. And
it was that random.
It was that random, and they were just like, okay, I guess we're doing it again. And then we got together a few times and just sort of discussed who this couple was.
There were a lot of snacks involved.
A lot of snacks involved, a lot of chocolate chip cookies.
I ate most of it.
But yeah, we just wanted to figure out what makes them tick together, and we had such a good time doing it.
Yeah, I think we just had to realize that, and we wanted to counter each other's energies. So, because it was improv, and we didn't know until we started shooting what the other person was going to do. And so when Jillian chose Cynthia as a little more, at first, more diminutive, I thought I would counter that with a different energy. And then it became so clear in that moment that the reason my character might be so intense around her is because of a deep, deep, incredible love and respect for her.
Well, I never had to pawn anything, thank God, but I've been to pawn shops, but that was the extent of my my experience. I think John actually lived at a pawn shop.
I lived in a pawn shop for a couple years, yeah. And just I just watched a bunch of Pawn Stars, and that was pretty much my research.
It's a great show.
It is so
Yeah.
addictive, yeah. But that was pretty much it. And then, when we got in there and Gene sort of showed us the ropes, that was pretty much it.
I had to fight to not look through the records every day. He had like hundreds of records.
You
and it was
didn't
just-
fight. You looked through the records every day.
Yeah,
there's
I did.
no,
There's
there's
also
no
that.
fighting. You looked at them every day, and you'd go, "I'm taking this one. I'm taking this one. What about this one? Did I take this one already? I'm taking it." And then that was pretty much.
How many did you leave with?
Not that many, like 4. And I was really upset. The one good one that like I paid him a lot
I
of
took
money
it.
for was all beat up
Oh man.
from the records. Well, there was that album Bang. It was some weird old hippie hard rock record, and I don't know. I just paid him $20 for it. I could have just taken it out of the sleeve and realized someone had eaten off of it. So like so we used it as a plate. Put it under a plant. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, I was just going to say that here at South by, I saw Brene Brown speak yesterday, and she was really amazing and very inspiring. But one of the things she said is, like, with humans, she doesn't really love humanity. She doesn't really love people, but she loves humanity. And she was saying that, with humans, if you don't like it, go closer, lean in more. And the whole point being that, the more you get close to a person, you really see the person instead of this idea of a person. And the only time you should never go closer, no matter how much you want to stay away, is if you feel dehumanized. And I feel like this movie was great. It's like they got as close as they could until it was like, I'm not going to change you, you're not going to change me. I mean, they're a great example of it. She like leaned in, and there's a beautiful soul there in John's character and everything. And all the characters in the van. I'd say that van scene is like a good example of it. I'll shut up now.